How is the financial crisis framed in the Europe at Risk report?
All right, the global risk reports, they are all of them working on a time horizon of 10 years. It's just in this situation, the short term and the global financial crisis and the measures that different governments have applied to stabilize the financial system will have effects in the long run. So the amount of uncertainty that it's in the short run, it will have effect on our analysis on a 10-year framework. However, we highlight some impacts on the real economy that the global financial crisis it's already having. It will have an impact on growth very clearly in the European Union. Spillover effects will be translated in growth in emerging Europe. And at the moment it seems that in Central Asia and the Caucasus the financial system is quite resilient, but it might suffer later on in the year and maybe in 2009 of decisions made by foreign banks to reduce their risk appetite and reduce investments in the region.
What are the main categories of risk that you look at in the Europe at Risk report then?
All right, economic security is the first one, and financial situation and turmoil, it's explained in the report. There's other variables of the economic landscape that are also highlighted, such as inflation and unemployment, that in some countries of the region it is a risk that it comes from the past, and it's the risk of ongoing inflation and sustained inflation in the future. There is as well the second part highlighting energy security issues. It has been always on the top agendas of all the governments of the region, importers and exporters, and we analyze a bit this situation. Also demographic shifts, especially in Western Europe, populations are aging, and this will have impact on the fiscal positions of the governments due to pensions and healthcare, for instance. And finally, the skills gap, which is a risk, it's a long-term risk, it's framed in a 10-year time frame, let's say, and it can be solved right now.
Do you think that now is the time for people to be looking at long-term risks with the financial crisis upon us?
As I said, the uncertainty is very high at this moment. There will be structural changes. The financial landscape will change, and 10 years from now, probably we will not recognize it. But those measures and those international dialogues and cooperation among governments, it will have an effect on economic landscape in the long run. So there's other areas that, even if obviously they are depending on the financial system, we can start thinking about them now, such as education policy or analyzing energy security, as well as demographic tensions in the region.
How does the World Economic Forum want the report to be used? What's its purpose?
It is a document that we produced for the summit. There will be several sessions in the European Summit in Istanbul that will cover the ground of different highlights of the report regarding the financial crisis, regarding energy tensions that may arise and conflicts, and also from demographics and skills gaps, as I say. So it's food for thought, and to provoke the leaders that they will go to the summit to find solutions or articulate economic policies that will contribute positively to reduce the risk in those areas.